How far can you really get with just 20k starting money? There is this achievement in BTD6 called Inflated, and the challenge is to beat 100 rounds on Deflation mode, which can be a bit tricky unless you look up some guide on YouTube. Most guides ends up selling all of their towers on round 100 to afford a first strike sub, because the setup used up to round 99 does not have enough DPS to take down a bad. But how good of a setup can we create with 20k? How far is it possible to get on Deflation mode? I decided to try this, and I started by figuring out what hero I wanted to use. At first I thought Isili, because of her MOAB Hex, so that I would be able to use it on bads past round 100. But Isili's MOAB Hex has a bit of a cooldown, so even getting to rounds way past 100 was going to be very difficult with her. Adora is a good late game hero, but because we won't have enough money to get Sun Avatars or Towers to sacrifice, her Blood Sacrifice ability will be useless to us. I concluded that the best hero for this challenge would be Churchill. He has great mid to late game damage, and his abilities are good for MOAB damage, and have decent cooldowns. The only drawdown is that he levels up the slowest, so we need to find a good setup around him to enable him to survive long enough to get to his max level. I am currently in another late game run on this map, so we will do this in the challenge editor so I don't have to overwrite my save. The starting setup I chose was to give a stronger stimulant Alchemist to Churchill, along with a MOAB glue and an unstable concoction to help him out, and then a 220 Dartling gunner, and lastly a 220 village for camo detection and attack speed. Churchill will be able to see camo without the village from level 6, but we need our glue and unstable concoction to see camo for DDTs. Churchill can pop lead balloons with his main attack, but for some reason he cannot pop DDTs, so the only way for him to damage them is with an MIB village or with the acidic mixture dip from the Alchemist. Sometimes in this run I will change the targeting from first to last on Churchill to make him shoot in a straight line in order to make better use of his peers. You will also see me micro the Dartling gunner on round 100. On later rounds we will need to time our abilities well in order to get through the rounds. What you're watching is the full game sped up with the retries cut out. There's not much else to go into detail about, so I'll just leave you with the gameplay, and I think you will be surprised with just how far we can make it with just 20k. Enjoy the rest of the video, and I will see you next time.